Hello, everybody. Rob Cootie here. Today is Wednesday, the 25th of August. Hard to believe it's almost over with. And as you know, we go live each and every day, Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on our YouTube channel and our Facebook page. You can find this on either one of those platforms or any of our platforms, to be honest with you, or anywhere on the internet by simply using hashtag #TheMLMSolution. That's hashtag #TheMLMSolution. Also, if you're on a website, go to themlmsolution.net, themlmsolution.net. If you're on our website, please hit the share button and share our website, all of our products, all of our information with our fellow network marketers across the globe. Allow them access to that wonderful information as well. You never know, it could have a profound impact on their lives, and you can be a part of that positive process by simply hitting the share button. And if you're out and about on the internet, please share the hashtag with our fellow network marketers as well. We will say thank you in advance. Today's episode number 240, how to cover your auto ship expense, Why is it important? What kind of impact is that going to have on your business if you can teach your downline to cover their auto ship expenses sooner rather than later? Well, it could have a profound and positive impact. We're going to talk about how you can make that happen in today's episode. So don't miss us as we go live, as usual, at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, once again on our Facebook page and our YouTube channel. With that being said, I'm going to hop off here and we'll go live here very shortly. I'll see you in a bit.
Welcome to the MLM Solution Podcast Show, where you'll learn the facts and hear the truth about the network marketing industry. Here's your host, Rob Cootie and Marie Cannon.
Hello there, Miss Marie. How you doing this hump day, Wednesday the 25th?
Yes, happy middle of the week to you, sir.
I always enjoy hump days and Fridays. Mondays, not so much, but hump days and Fridays are my favorite. So it's a good day. Good day. All right. With that being said, we have an interesting subject. We've had a couple of days of interesting subjects, have we not?
We always have interesting subjects. I don't know what you're talking about. When have we ever talked about anything boring?
Well, I truly believe that, but yes, we continue to have interesting subjects that no one else talked about. What did you think of the last 2 days, Miss Marie? That was very important information.
Absolutely. I think we covered things that no one else is really talking about. It's important to know. And we try to get to all the important topics at some point. And some of these we're talking about this week actually have come up in conversation in previous episodes. And it's one of those where the light bulb goes on. It's like, You know what? We need to talk about that a little bit more, but we can't do it all in one show. Otherwise, we'd be on here for way too many hours, and nobody wants to deal with us for that long.
Absolutely not. And if you notice, Miss Marie, I've gotten a lot better about making the shorter episodes because we need to make them as short as possible. And
we need to be a little bit more efficient. Yes.
Rob is Rob's fault. Rob gets on the roll, and sometimes I go down the rabbit hole too deep because I enjoy teaching, number one. Mm-hmm. And number two, I try to give you as much information in the shortest time span as I possibly can. And Miss Marie's like, stop it. And I don't blame her.
Rein you back in.
That's not the purpose of the podcast. That's right. So I'm doing better, am I not?
Absolutely. This week's been fantastic. Let's keep it up.
That's right. All right. So speaking of that, how to cover the auto ship expense is very important to your success. You might say, well, how is that? Why is that important? Look, more and more people are stressed financially, especially with this goofy political and virus environment we're in. And you know what? They're not going to tell you. People are going to come out and put a sign out front. We're struggling financially. All right. They're not going to do that. What they're going to do is they're going to do whatever they have to keep their head above water and hopefully not sink. All right. So if they see an opportunity in network marketing to make some money, and then believe me, they're going to think of, hey, I need to make money now. which means that they would have to, they look at it more as a lottery system than they do a business, okay? Because somehow, some way they got in their head that I can make money fast in network marketing. Sometimes you can. Unfortunately, that comes around because you got these goofy leaders out there promoting these quick success stories. People that make $1,000 a first month, first week. You know the stories, right, Miss Marie?
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, it does happen, but it happens on such a small scale. The vast majority of people are going to have to plug along like anything else in life. Okay, you got to realize, guys, there's always going to be lightning at the bottom, meaning that everything converges together in a positive manner where somebody experiences tremendous growth quickly. That's just the nature of the beast. There's going to be a small percentage of people that are going to do that. You cannot hold yourself up to that high standard because for whatever reason, life doesn't allow that many special moments, those lightning in the bottom moments, right, Miss Marie? Most people are going to have to be methodical and have a plan to achieve what they want.
Well, absolutely. And one of the things to keep in mind, when you're recruiting people for your business, when you're prospecting, we always talk about, using that scale of ambition, going after successful people who are successful in whatever realm they're in already. You're making it known that this isn't a get-rich-quick scheme. This is a business, and a business requires an investment. And we've talked in the past about, most network marketing companies, there's an entry level, package that has to be purchased. Usually you can start your own business with a network marketing company for less than $1,000. Mm-hmm. And you have to understand that as with any business, there are going to be monthly expenses that are going to go out, and that auto ship is one of those things. But like with any other business, your first goal is to get all your expenses covered so you can start making a profit, right? Yep. So one of those, the first expense that you're really going to want to get covered is, of course, you want to get get your initial investment back, yes. But I think more importantly is getting that monthly auto ship, that monthly expense covered. Mm-hmm. So you can really start feeling like you're gaining traction and starting to make progress towards your goals.
Absolutely. Well said. And that's what we're going to be talking about today, guys, because look, there's a few milestones in this business. There's two, in the 5 simple steps, there's 2 legit milestones. One, as we talk about this all the time, teaching your people to get their first check. And then number 2, teaching them how to get to 10,000 group volume. Those are your 2 milestones. Okay. You say, well, why is the auto ship not covered in that? Why is getting their investment back not including that? Because if they get the first check, they know it works. And guess what? They'll say, I get it now. I see what I have to do. I know what I did to get that first check, even though it was only $10. That process worked, and I guess you're going to do it on a larger scale. And they know once they get the first check that now there's a realistic chance they're going to be able to cover their auto ship expense and get their money back over the next 3 months, Ms. Marie, during their 90-day mini blast, going towards the 10,000 group volume. Because they realized, because we taught them and we trained them, the first milestone is what? Getting that first check, proving that it works. Not listening to Rob or Marie, to Marie saying that it works. What we're saying here is that we are letting the life experience that they go through getting their first check need the endorsement to prove that they need, hey, this in fact works. Not because they said it, because it actually worked. Now they can see on a grander scale. Okay, I just got to scale it up. I get it now. Now I see where I can cover my auto ship. I should be able to do that by the end of this month. Okay, now I can see a clear road path and how to get to that 10,000 group volume, and I understand why that's one of the milestones. I now understand that's a real possibility. That is empowering. Okay, and covering you say, okay, so this is not about the milestones. This is about the auto ship. Yes, it is. It's exactly what it is. And the reason I bring up the auto ship is because it's important. It's not a milestone, but it's important to them because they're sitting there going like this. Oh my gosh, I got $100 extra expense this month. We could really use that money, but I got faith in this system and in Rob and Marie that this is going to work. Okay. So here's the thing. They're part of the success equation, meaning that they got to do what we teach them. What is that? By going out there using the threshold of profitability, the music to the ears, the scale of ambition, all that goes together. We've proven that, right, Miss Marie? You can't leave one out over the other. You can say, well, I understand using the threshold of profitability. I'll do that. I'll endorse that as an auto ship standard. Not a problem, but I don't know about the scale of ambition thing and the music to the ears. I'll use my own message. Ding dong. Guess what? You just signed your own death bell. Okay. Why? Because you are shortchanging the system. Okay. There's a reason why the music to the ears message is the way it is. There's a reason why you use the scale of ambition. If you have a realistic chance of covering your auto ship within your first month, you got to sponsor the right kind of people. How do you do that? By using the music to the ears people and the scale of ambition. You say, why? Because the scale of ambition, the music to the ears message resonates with high quality people that are used to success, not afraid of success. They know and understand how to set goals and go after those goals. They have thick skin. They have a good work ethic. They want a different lifestyle, and they're willing to go after it if they can find the right vehicle. Well, the music to the ears message relays all that information to them, and then if they get it, they join, then guess what? Get out of the way, let them go. All right? Those are the type of people that you want. And you say, well, how do I know that the person I'm talking to is in fact that type of person? Because you use the scale of ambition and you use it correctly, you're going to use that grading system to know when you do the follow-up what kind of person you're talking to and how to bring them to a close so you can move on looking for the next 5 and above, right, Miss Marie?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, so you say, well, what does that got to do with ownership? Because the more high-quality people that you sponsor that are motivated, that want the lifestyle, and they see a path, because you use the music to the ears message to show them the path that is there, they'll say, I'm going to do this, and you'll have more people willing, more than willing, and people that can afford to do the 100 PV per month. And the more people that you get like that, and even those that don't, if you get 3 or 4 people within your first 2 to 3 weeks that are doing 100 PV in their first month, and you got 3 or 4 more that are doing 50 or 65, guess what? You're pretty much, in most comp plans, going to qualify for your first check. You may even get close enough, based on the comp plan, to cover your first month's auto ship expense. Would you not agree?
Oh, I absolutely agree.
Okay. Now, that was a mouthful. And you say, well, Rob, why did you tie all that together? Why did you bring the threshold of profitability, scale of ambition, music to the ears? Because, guys, in order to cover your auto ship, you got to use all 3 of those to sponsor the right type of people that are willing and can afford to do the 100 PV per month threshold of profitability. Right, Ms. Marie?
Absolutely. And just a little sidebar here, when we talk about threshold of profitability, scale of ambition, the 5 simple steps, all those types of things, we've done previous deep dives on each of those topics. So go search for those on our channel if you want more detailed, more information as to what exactly we mean when we're using those terms.
Yes. So my point is, guys, is that you have to use that in order to have a chance to cover your auto ship. Because if you don't, you're going to sponsor people. They're going to do 35, 45, maybe 20 on their auto ship, meaning that you're going to have to sponsor 10, 12, 13 people, which could be a daunting task in your first month. Okay, because you're learning the business, you're learning the music to the ears message. There's a learning curve. And in your first month, you could be miserable realizing that you're not going to be able to cover this 100 PV or whatever your auto ship is that first month. And so what does that do? That brings down your morale, that brings down your belief, not only in yourself, but in the business building system, because it's not working. Well, the reason it's not working because you didn't do it right. You didn't sponsor the right kind of people. Okay. Is every person going to be a 5 and above? No, some are going to fool you. But if you use the scale of ambition, the music to the ears message, I can tell you that you're going to attract higher quality people to you. And that only means the people that are willing to take action now. And that's what you want, right, Ms. Marie? You don't want a bunch of people sitting on the bench or on the sidelines watching the players out on the field. You want what? Players. Right, Ms. Marie?
Yeah, absolutely. You want active players.
Right. And you have to realize that you have to sift through people. That is what the music to the ears message does. It either repels people that don't want to work hard or don't want to be a part of network marketing or don't have the dream, and it attracts those that do. And I'm going to tell you, you've got to know right up front that the 97.3 applies. In other words, 3% of the people that you talk to are going to be a 5 and above. But you have to go through the 97 in order to find a 3, right, Ms. Marie?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So That's the reason why you got to use all three of those together, because what it does, it takes a process that could be this big and take you this long and brings it down to that. Because you're focusing in on the real people that have a real chance on doing something, meaning you're going to experience growth. When you get it from this to this, it means you're sponsoring the right type of people that will take you to your success quicker or sooner rather than later. Would you not agree?
Absolutely.
Okay. You're saying, well, what does all that got to do with autoship? Because the only way you have a realistic chance, especially in the first month, to cover your autoship is, in fact, doing those things that we just talked about. You got to use the 5 simple steps. You can't leave anything out. You can't change the music to the ear's messaging. You can't take the scale of ambition process lightly. You have to follow all of that so that you become that focused business building machine that will get results, real results, sooner rather than later. Okay? So if you sponsor 3 or 4 people, let's say you sponsor 6 people in your first month, which is realistic if you use the system right, okay? And some of you may only sponsor 3. But here's the thing. You got to give yourself 90 days. The first month, a lot of times, is a learning curve, a big learning curve for a lot of you, not everybody, but a lot of you. And so your first month auto ship may, in fact, be $100. You may only make $10 or $15. So the net on that is $85. You lost $85 that first month because of your auto ship expense, right, Miss Marie? We're not even talking about what you paid to get in the business yet, because that is something that you can recoup down the road, and you can actually check with your lawyer, write it off on your taxes. Auto ship you cannot, but when you join the company, there's a very good chance that you can recover that, most of it anyway, in your taxes at the end of the year. So with that being said, you know that in the back of your mind, and you have to realize, as we have told you, this is a 90-day process. Give this business a legit, honest, hard work for 90 days. Just do it, okay? And here's the thing. If you don't cover your auto ship expenses in the first month, don't give up, don't get sad, because here's what happened. Almost overnight, then you got to realize, and we've told you this, and here comes another basic, the numbers in network marketing are working their magic, even if you don't realize it. You might have heard us talk about it. You may have gone and watched the episode, listened to the episode of the podcast, whatever the case may be, and you say, well, I get it, I understand, but you really don't until you experience it. And you have to realize that that first month, you can't expect the numbers in network marketing to work unless you sponsor 100 people in 1 month. Right, Miss Marie? Just really unrealistic.
And if you can sponsor 100 people in 1 month.
Yeah. You need to start your own company because you're a great salesman. All right. So with that being said, guys, here's the thing. You have to realize it's a process. You got to give it an honest effort for 90 days. Okay. Why? Because you want the numbers and network marketing work in your favor, meaning that in your first month, you're going to get a slow start, most of you, and you have to have faith. That first check is the faith. You, even if it's $5, I'm telling you, celebrate it, because what is it telling you? This works. I just got to scale it up, meaning I got to sponsor more people. I got to get in front of more people. As you do, and you get into that second and that third month, and then the numbers in network marketing, if you sponsor 60 people in 90 days, we always use that as during our shows as a barometer. It doesn't mean that number 60 is the actual number you should shoot for. We use it because it's simple. Okay. In other words, it's an achievable thing. 60 people in 90 days. Guess what? If you do that, then the numbers in network marketing are starting to work in your favor. In other words, as we tell you, what is another number, Miss Marie? One of the most important ones: 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. Anytime we say 90 days, 60 people in 90 days, if you know anything about us, you've been following us, you can immediately say, I know what they're going to say next: 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. Because that's exactly what you do. Why is that important? Because 1/3 of 60 is 18. Those are the people, typically, they're going to take some type of action right away. Then 1/3 of that 18, meaning 5.4 people, and so you might as well say 5, are going to be really aggressive in it. The numbers pan out. It doesn't mean they're going to do it right away. It means they're doing their own 90-day mini blast. It means they have their own learning curve, but they are taking action, and they have a larger business than the other 13 people. Right, Miss Marie?
Yes.
And so you're seeing progressive progress in your back office out of those 5 people, but you actually have 18 people that are doing something. And then the second 1/3 may come on later. They may come on 6 months down the road. You don't know. 1/3 will now, 1/3 will do it later. 1/3 will never do it. And those numbers never change. So as you're building your business and you're sponsoring 60 people over 90 days, you know that those numbers are going to play out. So what is your goal to cover your auto ship? stick with the 5 simple steps, stick with the 90-day goals that you put down, give this business an honest 90-day process. And if you do, I'm telling you, chances are really good that by your second month, the end of your second month, you should be in a very good position to cover your auto expense or be really close to it, okay? Now, I would think you would be able to, but we can't determine what kind of company you're going to join, whether it's a one-product company or a company has 10 products, or whether it's an old company. We don't know who or what you're going to do, who you are or what you're going to do. So we can't give you a definite by the end of the second month, right, Miss Marie? Because it's going to be different for everybody. And plus, the quality of people that you're going to sponsor. A lot of people are afraid to sponsor people that they admire, people that are 5 and above. If you consider yourself a 5, it's really hard for you to go talk to an 8, somebody that owns their own business, or somebody that's a big manager, or maybe somebody that's a sheriff in your town. You're thinking, oh my gosh, I can't do that. I'm not worthy of talking to them, right, Miss Marie? Mm-hmm. Your self-image is not strong enough to where you feel like, regardless of the fact you have something really special to share with them, you're like, oh my gosh, I've never talked to them. I can't talk to them. So you're talking to a lower quality people, which means it's going to take a longer time for the numbers in network marketing to work in your favor and to have a profound effect and to cover your auto ship expense. Miss Marie, does that all make sense?
I think it absolutely makes sense. And of course, there are so many aspects at play in covering your auto ship. Of course, it has to do with the products that the company has available to market, right? It has to do with the quality of people you're recruiting. It has to do very much with how much effort you're putting into your recruiting time. We use that 2-month mark, but if you're not really working your business very hard at all and you're not working the numbers to the best of your ability, it could take longer. And then, of course, it's also very dependent on the compensation plan, how much you're getting paid for each level you're achieving, and so many factors at play. But the main one that you are able to focus on is the amount of effort you put into it and the action you're taking on a day-to-day basis with that consistent and correct business building activities, right?
The most important acronym that we'll talk about is CCBBA. She nailed it. That's it. We have so many important things we talk about. You can't do without the scale of ambition, the threshold of profitability, the music to the ears. But I'm going to tell you, if you're going to use an acronym, that is the most important. You have to do consistent, correct business building activity. That's all there is to it. If you don't, guess what? You're dead in the water. You might as well not even start. And if you're not doing it, you have no one to blame but yourself, because you know what they are. And if you're not doing them, and if you're doing them half-assed, guess what? You're going to get a half-assed results. So with that being said, you say, okay, Rob, that's great. I covered my auto expense in the second month, but when do I get my money back? That was a lot of money, and I really need to pay off that credit card. And you know what? I need to get that money that I spent getting into this business back. And guess what, guys? For a lot of people that do CCBBA, guess what? By the end of your third month, you should be in a really good position to pay a portion, if not all of that off, based on what you paid to come in. If you pay $25,000, which you did, let me slap you upside the head. But if you pay $25,000, which I have seen, to join a company, number one, you're being foolish, and number two, good luck with getting your money back. It may take you a year to do that based on the company and the product. Okay, so it's based on what you paid to get into that business. Most businesses, to be honest with you, if they're legitimate, if they are legitimate and not almost a scam, because in Miss Marie, we need to do a show on that. That just came up. The entry point that you pay to get into a company is a real telltale sign about the company itself. Because if a company says, well, it's only $29 to get an ID number, but it's $99 to join our company, and here's our one product, you got a problem. That's borderline scamish, okay? Because no legitimate company can operate on having a distributor force only paying $99 to get a product or whatever. Okay, there's not enough profit there to pay distributor force and everything else. Basically what they're doing is they're putting everything on hold and lining their pockets, and then the next thing you know, within 6 months, a year, whenever the law kind of gets hot on their butt, they close it down and off they go. Okay, and it's happened more times than you realize in this unfortunate business model atmosphere. But if they're charging $497, or $197. And $197 is borderline. $497 and up is where you start to get legit companies that are, because when you pay that money, that is upfront money that helps them, not auto ship money, the 100 PV per month. That $497 to join that company to get the starter kit and all that is a legitimate money that they're putting in their pocket to pay the people at the front office, to pay the people to get into other countries, to pay the distributor force, right, Miss Marie? They're not depending totally on the product order at this time. They're They're using this upfront money, this immediate $497 people are paying to get into this as a way to keep the company afloat. And then what they do is they let the orders build the profits on the back end so they can have long-term stability, right, Miss Marie?
Yeah.
So we'll talk about that in the future in greater detail. Okay, so the point is that if you paid $497 to join this company, you are committed to doing 100 PV per month, I see what you're trying to do. And so does Marie. You're trying to cover your auto ship first and foremost, rightfully so, as quickly as possible. If you do the 5 simple steps, which means what? Anytime we say the 5 simple steps, we use that to identify our business building system. That's what it's called, the 5 simple steps, BBS. But anytime we say the 5 simple steps, you should automatically defer, if you've been following us for any length of time, to the CCBBA, because that's exactly what it is. They're hand in hand, one and the same. If we say CCBBA, you should automatically have in your head the 5 simple steps, right, Miss Marie? Because they are one and the same. You cannot separate the two. Okay? So if we say CCBBA, we're talking about the 5 simple steps. If you use consistent, correct business building activity, then guess what? You have a realistic chance by the second month, based on the company and the comp plan and the products, in the timing, when you join the company, of getting to the point where you can pay for your auto ship in your second month. You can either do it or you get real close to it. By the third month, you should be able to be in a position to recoup the money that you spent in, cover your auto ship, and maybe make a little bit of profit. And hopefully, if you do it right and catch lightning in a bottle, you can make a lot of profit by the end of your third month, right, Miss Marie? But here's the thing. You could build a wonderful business that not only covers all that, but also gives you let's say a $1,500 profit, but you won't get your check until the 4th month. Okay, so you have to realize sometimes when you log in your back office, you're excited, but you may still have to cover out of your pocket that 3rd month expense and swallow that 3rd month expense till you get your check for the activity of the 3rd month and the 4th month, right, Miss Marie?
Yes.
Okay.
And again, that has to do with, the compensation plan and how that all rolls out.
That's right. Right. Because you got to realize, guys, if they're paying on a monthly basis, they have to wait till the last day, midnight, the last day, to tally everything up and to make sure that everything's right, and then print the check. So you're going to get your check in the 4th month for the 3rd month activity. So I just wanted to make that clear. Okay, it's not true at every company, especially with the automation of everything today. But I can only warn you about the possibilities. But that's for you to find out and understand when you join a new company. When do I get paid? I know that, we get paid on a monthly basis and they tally it up, but do we get paid by the 4th day of every month? The next month, like in this case, you're at the end of August. August 31st comes around, they tally everything up after midnight, and then they send out the checks to everybody on the 5th of September, right, Miss Marie?
Mm-hmm.
Because the 4th is a holiday. So, and then in October, it'd be the 4th of October. In December, it'd be the 4th of December, and so on, right?
Right.
Okay. So, you have to realize that so that you don't get upset when the end of the 3rd month comes around. In other words, the end of your 90-day mini blast, and you're saying, okay, this check is going to cover this month's auto ship, because your auto ship is going to come due when, Miss Marie? The 30th, 31st. The auto ship for September is going to be taken out the 31st of August, right, Miss Marie?
Well, and again, that depends on the company and how they do it. But typically, yes.
And I'm saying that as an example. I'm not trying to scare you guys, but there's a pot. Just prepare yourself. At the end of August, you've built up all this volume and say, this is great. I've made $1,500. I covered all of my expenses, and I made $1,500. And you understand you're going to get paid September 5th after the holiday. but you have to cover it. Your card is going to be charged for, guess what, September's auto ship, meaning that you're going to pay August 31st or September 1st, whatever, for the next month's auto ship. And it's going to come to your door, auto ship, on the 5th of September after the holiday, okay? And you have to pay for that up front. So you're going to have another expense. You can't get upset, and you're not going to get paid before, more times than not, that auto ship, before you get paid on the 5th. You're going to have to pay for that auto ship in advance, right? So once again, I want to make sure that you understand to be fair and open and transparent about how the process normally works if you're being paid on a monthly basis. Once again, with automation, that may be different, right, Ms. Marie?
Mm-hmm. True.
Okay. All right. And if you have the money in savings and you just say, hey, just take it out the 29th of August, and that way you're paid for in advance, that's up to you. You don't have to wait till the last day if you have the money. Okay, sometimes they'll let you pay for it in advance. I think 2 or 3 days in advance. But you have to pay for the next month's auto ship by the last day of every month. I know that, by midnight, right?
Yes.
All right. So with that being said, guys, what you have, let's kind of summarize this. You guys, you have to understand, to cover your auto ship expense, the milestone you want to have is getting that first check and understanding that check is a validation of the process working correctly. Now you just got to scale it up, and your next goal is to shoot for the 10,000 group volume, and you're trying to do that in 90 days. If you can, that's great. If you can't, that's okay too. We did episodes on that. Go and look for it. But the thing is that your goal is to shoot for the 10,000 group volume. Why? Because that's part of, because you fill out the 90-day goal sheet, and you could say, well, maybe I want 5,000 group volume instead of 10,000, whatever the case may be. Your goal is to shoot towards that, because now you know the system works because you got your first check and validated it, and you're on a good roll, and you're doing CCBBA. So you can feel confident that in your second month, you should be able to cover your auto ship expense, okay? And in the third month, you should not only be able to cover your auto ship expense, but you should be able to recoup the cost of you joining this company, okay? And hopefully make a profit of some type, even if it's $1. It's still a profit. It may not be what you want, but hey, it's a validation once again. Hey, not only did I cover everything, I didn't have to take anything out of my pocket this time, but I made $1 profit. Guess what? I'll be able to scale that up this month. All right, Ms. Marie?
Yes.
You have anything to add? I rushed through that as fast as I could.
No, I don't. I think you covered it really well. And I would say for anybody that needs a better recap or needs to look at it again, go back, rewind this podcast, go back to the video, listen to it again. I think there's some really valuable information here that will help you, feel those milestone success steps that you're taking on the way. So
right.
Definitely a good thing. Yep.
Absolutely. With that being said, guys, if you like what you heard and you see how it can help you, you understand the points we're making, please give us a thumbs up. Dancing Bear, Clapping Woman, whatever the case may be, we really appreciate that immediate feedback. It lets us know that we're hitting the nail on the head and you appreciate the content that we're sharing with you. Also, if you're on our social media platforms, please share, like, and comment on those platforms. As you know, the algorithm loves engagement. It helps us get this information in front of more network marketers, and we're grateful to you for doing that. And we say thank you in advance. Also, subscribe to our YouTube channel. And while you're there, please register for notifications by hitting the bell twice. That way you'll be notified when we go live and we upload new content. Also, if I may, Miss Marie, we have the 5 Simple Steps Business Building System. As you know, we've been talking about it today. There it is right there. You can go to that URL right there, 5simplesteps.net. That's the number 5simplesteps.net. You can go there and learn a lot of great information about the 5 Simple Steps and have an opportunity to purchase it at a very special price. You'll be surprised when you're there what that price is. All right, Miss Marie. So tomorrow's episode is going to be how important is network marketing experience to your success. If you are a retread, you know what we're saying. If you've never been a part of network marketing, you have no clue what we're saying. You will want to join us tomorrow. We're going to talk about how that network marketing experience can be good and it can be obviously very bad. Okay, we're going to talk about that, and you don't want to miss that episode. Also, don't forget, you can register for our live event that's coming up. We haven't decided yet whether we're going to do it viral because We may try, anyway, we haven't decided what's going to be viral live, and stay abreast of the progress we're making and what we're going to do by simply going to mlmmastersacademy.com. That's mlmmastersacademy.com. Fill out the form. No shenanigans on that form. There's no money required. All it is a notification and update list, and that way it's easy for us to inform you on what's going on and what we're going to do. And when we do go live, the first 100 people are going to get some unbelievable VIP treatment. We're not going to reveal what that is because we want it to be a surprise. So once again, go to mlmmastersacademy.com. You can also go to the website. Just click on the link at the top. It'll take you right to it. Register now. You do not want to be left out of that 100. All right. With that being said, Miss Marie, it's time for us to get off of here. And tomorrow's subject, as I have put on there, where did it go? Tomorrow's subject is going to be how important is that network marketing experience. We're going to talk about that. You'll be surprised, I guarantee you. At 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on our Facebook page and YouTube channel. With that being said, Miss Marie, I think we are ready to call it a day. You have anything to add?
I do not. I will see you 11 a.m. Eastern tomorrow.
Sounds good. All right, guys. Take care. God bless. We'll see you tomorrow, 11 a.m.
Thanks for listening to today's podcast. Download our podcast on SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, and other podcast platforms. Visit our website at www.themlmsolution.net for additional important information, show details, and past shows. Follow us on Parler, Rumble, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. Please hit the like button, the subscribe button, or the get notified button while visiting our other social media platforms.